why some places haunted. Perhaps because they have a strong connection to a dark past. We wanted to catch a ghost on film, so we found a place that fit the bill. It's called Manzanar. A harsh and desolate landscape in California's high desert, but perhaps it's not completely vacant.
I have heard some people say that there are voices that they can hear when they walk around the grounds.
This is Manzanar. Some people are convinced it's a center of powerful paranormal energy and ghosts.
Sadness is the first feeling that I pick up walking around the entire property.
To understand the site's spiritual link, we have to first look into the past. This 1942 propaganda film describes the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II.
Evacuation ordered, as the West Coast is designated a military zone. A jet caravan heads for the government's war relocation project in the Owens Valley. A voluntary migration, the first 1,000 to be resettled since the coastal area has been banned to all Japs, aliens, and native-born alike.
During World War II, this field of sage and tumbleweed was the West Coast capital of broken hearts. Manzanar is a place where the United States government imprisoned thousands of people of Japanese ancestry, most of them American citizens. Some of them never left alive. Sue Embry was imprisoned here as a teenager. Decades later, she fought to have it preserved as a memorial. Her first ghostly sighting was a violent one.
I saw the crowd. I saw two men on the ground, and there's blood all over. And that was it. It was just like a flash, and then it disappeared.
Her memories of Manzanar are still vivid, more than 50 years later. Internationally known psychic Peter Anthony has worked with law enforcement agencies and for over 15 years has specialized in communicating with the dead. We asked him to find the ghosts of Manzanar.
It's almost I see angry faces. I see. The only way I can describe it is it's the taste of death.
Peter began his exploration near the main gate.
There's someone else that's right in through here, hiding, and it looks as though this man has an arm of some sort, a gun, and that comes in quickly and leaves just as quickly.
What Peter senses may be one of Manzanar's darkest chapters. In 1942, 2,000 internees gathered to protest the denial of their rights. Military police confronted them. National Park Ranger Ross Hopkins works at Manzanar.
The MPs responded with tear gas, and then finally, when some of the internees apparently took a vehicle and released the brake and pushed it down toward the group of MPs, and at that point the MPs opened fire.
Many people were seriously wounded, and 2 were killed. Could this be the source of some of the negative energy Peter felt? As he explored further, Peter found more psychic disturbances.
There was a bit of movement around me. Normally what happens when a spirit form appears or is around, the temperature drops very quickly in one area. And it was right about here. It's warm on this side, but it's very, very, very cold in through here. There's something coming through loud and clear right through here. Someone has passed on here. I see someone almost fall into the ground right here. And then it's a flash, it's gone.
But in this vast plain of sadness, Peter detected a bit of good.
This particular remain of a building is a very strong energy. Someone of executive abilities lived here. And this is where decisions were made. This man was forced to make decisions that he didn't agree upon, but did it because he felt it was his duty. He was a good man.
Sue confirmed Peter's reading. This had been the house of the camp administrator.
Mr. Ralph Merritt, he had been to Japan, so he kind of understood some of the Japanese personality, and people really began to feel like they were, safe and they could come to him with their problems.
As night fell, Peter moved on to the camp cemetery where he felt the presence of other spirits.
One of the most powerful portions of this cemetery is this gravesite right in through here. There's an extremely strong spirit form around here that seems to stay in this area.
We wanted concrete proof. We set up in the cemetery hoping to capture a ghost on camera. Using several cameras, including one with a special night vision lens, we recorded late into the night. We encountered nothing out of the ordinary, or so we thought. The next day, reviewing the tapes, we saw an amazing apparition. It floats across the frame and disappears. Once more, in slow motion. Is this visual evidence of a ghost? Perhaps. But it's impossible to know just who might be haunting Manzanar. Perhaps, someday, all the spirits of Manzanar will be at rest.